So, good morning, you guys. I wanted to do a video about this idea that I've been sort of alluding to, and it's solidifying a little bit more in my mind recently. And sometimes I wonder, why me? Sometimes I actually wonder, like, why, how have these discoveries or these ideas like come to me, and I am I sort of like seemingly by myself? Like I'm not part of a physical think tank. I'm really not. But what I'm finding is that every single time that I talk about something, then I learn that it's like already out there. Like, I'm thinking that it's coming to me, but in all actuality, it's coming to us. Like, I'd alluded to this ICloud idea, this ICloud of consciousness and also intelligence. It's this of ideas. It's like this field of ideas, and I guess if I call myself a scientist because by nature I really am, and what I do is I'm observing and experimenting with my own and just general behavior. Like, I watch, I was an early childhood educator, and I worked with children who had some challenges in their development. So they had a seeming gap, and I had to really switch gears because I would be going in a direction with the child. Sometimes I would join into their play, and then in their play I would introduce ideas into their play, and like more times than not, whatever I was doing, they weren't interested in it. So I had to switch gears, constantly be switching gears. Okay, this isn't working. What else? Okay, this isn't working. What else? This isn't working. What else? And then what I noticed when I started coaching adults, it was sort of the same thing. Like, I would be talking to them, and I would lose them, and okay, this isn't working. And then I would go in a different direction. Or I'm losing them right now. So, I would have said something that would have really upset them, is another thing. But when I really, really discovered this was I had my niece that had passed away in 2012. I had gone to her, she had two different Facebooks, and I had gone to one of them, and I had found this letter that she had written, and it was so weird because I had had the exact same thoughts, like, say, 25 years earlier. Like, she had said, "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. You know what? I want to talk to Alfred Tennyson and ask him what exactly he meant by the word loved and the word lost. Here's my poetry for you, Alfred, in response." And she talks about if losing someone to passing is one thing, but losing someone, because they choose not to love you, it's better to have never met you. And I remember having that same thing. I wish I had never met you. I remember having that thought. But anyway, so what I'm starting to notice is that like, even my tuning fork thing was, later I saw this YouTube about my tuning fork thing that so what I'm realizing is that none of it is really, like, absolutely none of it is us. Like, it is all, it's starting to make me wonder if we're not all just channeling the divine, like, constantly, just channeling the divine as in love and intelligence, and just this constant stream of discovery, and it's actually really a lot of fun, like, the depth of it. Like, anyway, and I wanted to do another one, another like short one on my Instagram, but I forgot something. I just walking in the direction of our dreams, just first finding out what that is. I discover a lot of times when I talk to people or people talk to me that we're not always really sure exactly what we want. And I understand that because I feel like I have been really kind of all over the place. I can tell that I have not been like sticking with a plan. I'm really torn about the possibility of leaving my boys. My daughter is already off, but my boys are not, and so I'm a little bit all over the place, and I've like set out these conditions to things, and what ended up happening was, I mean, things were moving but very slowly because I was constantly in this sense of changing my mind, like constantly changing my mind. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm at my occupation today, and just love you guys. I'll be back.